Ranks to share his opinion, man. Some of the people then we gotta leave the leadership to leadership material because we got a leadership crisis in the black community. Queen Africa's burning a terrible fire around here. The number is 07826115543.
Ooh, not even for one hand. You understand what I mean? So we could have got for hundreds if that did required. Talent off of any corner.
Yeah,
nobody else can brag about that. Not even America can brag about that. Because for them when them scatter all over, we want them dip on one little rock. You see me?
So true, so true.
We have too much fear enough like this in the world. We have too much. You see me? And I then think that me personally upheave about. You see me?
Queen, one of the worst things in society is to actually see an opposition to certain lifestyle, and then again the quote unquote Jamaica that everybody loves, the opinionated, unapologetic Jamaica that everybody loves, freedom fighting Jamaica that everybody loves. See the again the quote unquote king of dancehall representing himself like this. Get me? We not only our opinion matters, you know. The world, as what you said. And previously, we just have again, a farmer, one of our Caribbean West Indian brothers expressing himself like, come on.
Look here. You know what is my concern? If we have a thing in Jamaica where if we love something, we love it for whatever reason we love it for. And we don't care what the something is. Like, if we love rum, we're going to drink it till we kill we. If we love smoking, we're going to drink it till we kill we. If we love a DJ, we don't care what the DJ do. If them just do the worst thing a while ago, we still are going to find a reason to say, I love this person or I love this thing. Nothing is wrong with that, you know. Okay, nothing is wrong with that, you know, seeing. But at the end of the day, though, there's a thing when name action and reaction to action, seeing. And so when that, yeah, cause and effect. So all of us, as much as entertainers, have the right to creative rights and to perform and to be. If it is a danger to what? To the long-term legacy that you're trying to build. That is where you have is cause for pause. No.
Cause for pause, right? People have freedom. They got license. Entertainers have a license. But what if it's damaging? One of the statements in the chat says, our youth are trying to make sense of themselves. And these old timers that are still feeling themselves are making this more difficult. We need proper representation in stardom. Power, money, sex, and rock and roll are spoiling our society. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
Where you go stop and look and check where you do and say, Jaja, you know, say, when all is said and done, we can tell them you have to jump over that cliff, but we can also tell them, so if you go on the cliff and look, if it's worth it to jump as well. And so it boils down now to choice now. Seeing how we are collectively as people, we sin, all our we make mistakes, all our we do wrongs. No, I cannot be one where I come up and fight against somebody from my country. Because when all is said and done, the DJ is one of the top giant legend in the genre where him choose. And also in our society where him was not allowed either to be the ultimate man where he would have wanted to be in a music as well. Seeing? Because once, if you come and say the youth them are pre the dollar sign, you're going to have a lot of one in your very circle. We're going to look for you and say, dog, we're not too one of them kind of song there right now still, you know, because the gun thing at work. So make we go and give them with them and them use an excuse to say that's what the people like. And then so now the artists who love to be seen and want to be popular are going to want to do what is popular. And then at the end of the day, everybody get caught up in the benefits of that said popularity at the expense of the people them who actually live violence. Actually, I got when you hear a producer send gun come to Jamaica, that not feel right. You understand what I say? That can't be something where you mix the music where the people them are look to for hear answers, to help them to figure them ghetto mind, how them can fix themselves, to position themselves to be like you, to come out, to go shine as well. You just want to send them to go lock gun run one corner around us, so send them to go kill somebody for you, send them to go do that for you. That is not the way how a superstar get away with being a superstar.
And you know the thing about what Queen Africa says, that it raises this point, right? That it tends to be in different societies, the poorer and the less educated a community or a populace is, or a strata of society, the more susceptible they are to looking up to the stars, right? And the famous people. The people of popular culture have that magical and mystical power. It's less with the middle class or the upper echelons of a society, right? And that's why even when you hear arguments, conversations, debates around, like, for example, the use of gun tunes and stuff like that. I've seen a conversation online before where you've got these born, bred, educated Jamaicans talking about gun tunes, and they're just having a laugh because these guys are from uptown. These guys are they're gonna go and study in Miami, or their sister is doing a doctorate in Florida or something like that. So they hear the gun tune and it's just like watching an Al Capone film. But the ones in the inner city that's living it, different story. Good afternoon, Sister Queen. What's up?
I'm good, brother. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. Looking forward to the dialogue tomorrow, but that's another story for another time that the people will hear about. But what's good today? What's good today?
No, we can't forgive my particular perspective. Very interesting discussion, by the way.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, right, so historically, from my perspective, a community grows into adulthood through a process where there are clear transitions between ages and stages. So some communities have rites of passage where there's a clear demarcation between childhood and adulthood.
Yes.
So everything is learned through phases and stages at a time when the mind can digest certain things, because certain things is not appropriate for certain ages.
Right.
We're living in a time now where people are exposed so early to things that previously we wouldn't be exposed to. Mm-hmm. And these are, I would say, predominantly in societies where Western culture has a significant influence. And Western culture has a significant influence all around the world. One could argue it is the predominant culture.
I tend to agree because of this internet now. It's stretched. The influence is stretched.
Yeah. And the thing about Western culture, from my perspective, is that it's centered around the individual, whereas indigenous culture is centered around the community. Where the emphasis is on the individual in a system that places primacy on profit over people, then anything and everything goes.
Wow.
Wow. And people will pursue their individualism at the expense of everybody else and anything else, believing that they have no responsibility or obligation to anyone. And the fact is, when you have power, whether it's political power, economic power, cultural power, you have a responsibility to the people that you're influencing.
Well, where did you get that power from?
Well, it's from the society that give it.
That's what I'm saying. The people invest. The people have invested that power in you, isn't it? I said the people have collectively invested the power in you. You don't just become popular in your own vacuum, innit? It's like you're a product of the people.
That's it. But I think with Western culture, we have to look where they place value. The value is not on moral growth, moral character. That's not, that's why, they would treat them elders like fart, you know what I mean? That's where the wisdom is. In indigenous culture, there's primacy placed on elders because they're the ones with the wisdom. Whereas now, in Western culture, It's almost like the reverse, the converse.
No, you're old, you're done out here. We don't want to hear from. That was your time. That was then. This is now. That's the Western culture's attitude. It's not like let me sit at the feet of an elder and gain their life experiences and their insights to enrich my journey. No, that's not the Western way. That's not the Western way.
Exactly. And so what it allows is this false sense of power, because it's not real power. Because real power comes with responsibility. Real power is wisdom. So when you have people now, I mean, I haven't seen the video with Vibes Cartel, but you have to think, what kind of mindset him have? Where you in a pure yard, do whatever you're doing, your brief or whatever, and exposing that to the public. What is going on in your mind that would cause you to do that?
That's what I'm saying. Is he okay? Because I'm saying, particularly from the genre that he's from. He's from reggae dancehall, what has a particular stance, right? Oh, these are rebellious, masculine men, right?
Yeah.
And so even in the unconscious, if I use a cultural framework, even when he went to jail for the offense, he went to jail for, it's like, oh, he beat the system. So he's, in some warped way, you know, the bad man is still seen as he's fighting imperialism. He's fighting, he's an anti-colonialist stance. Right, I'm here to buck the system because the system is really is a continuation of Massa with blackface on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that. So when you come out as a dancehall artist now and you look zesty or moves, it's not like you're from a different genre or space of black culture where, you know, that's how the men get down. And a dancehall artist to do that, and it's brief.
Yeah.
No, it's got a different symbolic meaning now. It means something very, very different.
And what is very worrying is this promotion, this whole promotion of individuality where everything goes.
Yeah, like where does the line stop then? Where does the line... The question will be, where does the line stop?
Yes. And the agenda behind it. Because who benefits from it? You know, who benefits from that? If you are exposing our young people to that type of culture, so they're not getting any particular grounding in how to engage in healthy relationships, how to elevate their mind and their spirituality so that they have a healthy relationship with their community. Who benefits from that? Because it's certainly the poor people. We now benefit from that, brother.
Yeah, the poor
you know what I mean?
The poor people are the victims again. The poor people become the victims of it again because they're the most, I can't emphasize this point enough. They are the most susceptible because remember, there's going to be, you know what it is, you lived in Jamaica, middle class and educated class Jamaican people are indifferent about that stuff. It's like a little sideshow or a joke, right? Yeah. But the poor people, the less they have, the more they compromise economically, the less education they have. They look up to these men like they are iconic.
Yeah.
Like Queen Ifrika is saying, for inspiration. So they're the most susceptible.
And I think another frightening thing about all of this kind of indoctrination, like, so when I was growing up now, me grew up in that age where the music was about, if it wasn't about love, it was about revolution, challenging the powers that be. You know, fighting the powers that be, equality. Whereas now you feed people with wine, your body, and well, what does that do to the mind? It makes people subjugated. You know what I mean? So rather than
bread and circus,
run,
bread and circus. Yeah.
They'll go and look at work and all the kind of foolishness there.
Yeah. You put the people's brain on a different frequency. So you move from get up, stand up for you, right? So yell ski no like, you know what I mean? It's like what we doing there? You know, one or two, you know, we have a laugh, you know, one or two, but no, you've changed the whole frequency to skin out now. That's the we're making a mistake. I think it's an error, and the poor should hold a man of that stature to task. I say the society, but the poor, I charge the poor to question that. Really, because really, I mean, I think in another time, the elders would come and say, brother, what you deal with, man? You can't go answer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like those systems, we're losing those systems, those kind of checks and balances, which would kind of regulate the community and make sure that people are going in one righteous and positive way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
right, you know, going with that time.
Yeah. Now, serious times. We're living in serious times. Do we want to make a last point, my sis? You want to make a last point?
brother, just keep up the good work, as always.
I appreciate, man. I appreciate. Have a blessed day, yeah?
All
Thanks
right,
for the
take
call.
care,
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, there you heard it. Like, we stood for something. We stood on principle. We stood on business. But now, it's like, instead of standing up for our rights, we just stand for... if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Get away with being a superstar. Those are not the things you get away with, breaking a line or maybe running on somebody in the traffic. But them things that is not off the God will give you the talent for you have, brother. You see me? And these things where we not member as artists in other country here. Why the whole of we thing looks so? The whole of we just reggae flat, dancehall flat, every other genre a stifle because the gatekeepers them. I remember this one about the DJ alone we choose for the that, you know. Reggae worse. Over reggae side worse.
Yeah, man. Over
reggae side worse. Over reggae side.
Reggae side worse, mother.
You understand what I say, my lord? So this one no partiality where you pick on one man or pick on one side. Reggae when it's supposed to set the greatest example, reggae first sell out. You see what I say, my lord? Reggae was a little last hope. And a reggae lead is sell out. So what we need to do is clean up the gatekeeper them in a both genre, the ones them where choose the evil. And letting kids them and letting the youths them where I try the things now with a wider mindset and not just a pre to take shortcut to the money table. You see me?
So Queen Effra, good afternoon.
Yes, babes.
Yeah, you can't call him which reggae artist you attack like you can call cartel name.
Is it true? How you mean which reggae? Me I talk, alright, so me talk at me start at Tony Rebel. Me can't go Capital, me can't go Sizzler, me can't.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, brother Huey.
Hey, what's up, sis? What are you telling me? Well, go on, wait. Touch them.
Right.
You're in the business, so you're gonna bring as a DJ, you're gonna bring your perspective, right?
A little bit because I'm on the road at the moment and it's quite noisy.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
London City and the cars and what have you.
I hear you.
But I've been listening to the show from when you logged on, and very, very interesting, very interesting. Mm-hmm. What I would say about Vybz Kartel, I don't know, and this is just my own point of view, I don't know if it's a humiliation ritual. What a lot of these big American artists seem to put themselves in.
Right.
And then, you know, we're quick to turn around and say, no, there's no way he did that on his own accord. It's got to be a humiliation ritual why he did that in order to stay relevant and on top. So I don't know if that's the same situation there with Vybz Kartel, because what he's done, you cannot unsee it when you once see it.
Right, and he, you know, you said about the American artists that get a lot of black American artists get invited into these humiliation rituals. You see it with the comedians or the actors when their career is gonna kind of blow, right? You see weird behavior, and like I did wonder that when I saw the video, and then later on when I heard something he saying, and Chris Brown featured me on his album, and I'm saying, yo, this brother's been invited to the upper room, possibly.
All right.
So does it come with a price? Does it come with a price? Like to say, I don't care what genre you come from, or what island, or where you come from. If you are like 1 minute, there's a man doing Afro beats, and we see him on stage wearing a dress, right? What's his name? Burna Boy. Or that weird behavior as their career, goes to superstar level. They're like famous, cool, they're doing their thing. Then they go superstar, and they act weird. And it's like, I'm seeing a pattern that I can't unsee. So I don't know, but I like the way you raised that because it made me think, or want to question that.
Yeah, I think it could be that more than anything else. Because when I first saw it, I saw people in the comment section online. A lot of them was bigging up Addy the teacher. Like they didn't see what he's done as anything wrong, but just being playful, enjoying himself, enjoying his freedom, what have you. And then the next person came in and threw a spanner in the works and says something like, you're a big man or you're going so. You're a big man. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. And then Cartel clapped back at the man and said something like, when the man say you're a big man, you have to go sit down in his own path for writing. Cartel came back and said, go sit down in your mama. You know what I mean? Right? So, yeah, man. So he was still being defensive, but he should know if you're going to come on social media, winding up yourself and showing people your navel, that's poking out. And you got on a pink bonnet as well. Come on.
Yeah. Come on, man. Jamaica is a conservative society. Maybe he could have been a black American guy, and he used to be like in America they got men that dance in clubs, like women. What do you call it again? What do you call them parties again? Women getting to get married. Hen night, yeah. No. Like it's a woman's hen night. They might get male strippers and stuff. Them kind of R&B man. They're a bit freaky, they're a bit different. It would have a different connotation. But you can't come as a yard man, as a dancehall artist, belly skin or short. Nah, you're off. You're off center now.
Man, he's out of order. Right now, he's seen as, I don't know about today now, but he's seen as the king of dancehall.
Yeah.
Over anybody else. But quickly to talk about this humiliation ritual. I don't know if you've seen the one about Beanie Man the other day.
No. I know that he's in bad standing, but I haven't caught up to speed with regarding what. But I know there's some recent controversy. I see him put his boot on some woman.
The other day, he's apparently kicked a woman.
Oh, yes.
Rest his foot on a woman's shoulder. But the way he did it was like it was on the side of her face, and then he brought it down to her shoulder and took his feet off of her, And she's a big woman, and I don't know. They showed the woman after saying that Beanie Man offered her money, I think 50,000 Jamaican dollars, and she said she doesn't want it. But then I don't know what happened. There's a next video where Beanie Man is apologizing to the woman. And then he's saying to us that, and this is the woman that they said that he put my foot in her face, but I didn't put my foot in my face. I put my foot on her shoulder, which is wrong because she's a woman and you shouldn't put your body parts anywhere on a woman like that. So he still admitted that he's done wrong here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that is a part of another part of humiliation process for him, because that is a very unnatural thing for a dancehall DJ to do.
Yeah. Or was he just bugging? Like he just on his own source, but something ain't right. It sounds off, isn't it? I did see actually that clip. Yeah. I thought there was something else on top, but I did see that clip, but the guy was just saying that's a load of, he dropped a few F-bombs because it really upset him. The video I was watching, because why? Yeah. Like what's that? I didn't get no context. On nothing. Not to say the context would make it right, but I didn't even understand what the heck was going on. Like, why would you be putting your foot on you're on stage, somebody's in the crowd, and you're putting your foot down there on their head or their shoulder or their face, whatever. Why?
Yeah. It just didn't make any didn't really make any sense as to why he would do that. I mean, he's not a little upcoming artist. He's a big man.
Big grandfather age man. So
yes, he's a big man.
Yeah.
Right. And this woman, they said she was 68, but she's like them old Tegareg dancehall attenders, maybe been raving from when she was 10.
Oh man, the hardcore,
Yes. So, I've got the videos of it anyway, so I must probably post it.
Nice.
All right?
Yeah.
All right then.
Appreciate.
But, you know what? I'm gonna leave you right now because I'm on public transport.
No worries. So, I appreciate the call, Queen. Yeah, have a blessed Sunday. Yeah.
Welcome.
Nice
Keep up the good show. Yeah.
Thank
welcome.
you. Peace.
All right. Bye. Bless up.
Yeah, food for thought, man. Was that some kind of humiliation ritual? It's a very bizarre form of behavior, and particularly from a man from that walk of the train track, right? You know that Cartel is seen as somebody that's a rebel who beat the system, right? He's more than just a hero to some people because, they look up and say, this guy got justice, right? This guy beat the government, right? By getting his appeal, by winning his appeal, right? And so there's this clash between a legendary hardcore world boss persona and his current public image of a man that will come out in a shower cap with his belly skin out in his brief in public, or allow himself to be, his image to be seen in public. People are wrestling with them two different those two different images, and it don't really make no sense. Let me just give them a little bit more Queen Eye Freak, and then we'll take it from there.
You're going to be judged by that. Whether or not the DJ is willing to live by it is fine. But that kid now have the responsibility now to figure out whether or not them are going to want to like that where them say still continue to get introduced to the artist, or them are going to want to ask their mother, so why is he doing that? If the mother is a fan of the artist and follow the artist all the while, maybe the mother can explain. So, well, that's him. That's how he does his thing. That's how he promotes himself. This is why we like him. It's up to you if you want to look further in him and see. Nobody now do that, you know. Everybody does make them presentation, and then you're supposed to work it out after that. And people like the I self now, we're so passionate about the DJ, you're not going to see no ill or no wrong. That is why Ninja Man, they are prisoner rotten right now, because none of the people them when him fans are the people them were around him couldn't look at him and say, DJ, we love you and you know you can do as you like, but that's what you're going to do, I'm going to make you end up dead so. No man not willing to stand up and say that me don't want no fans. We're not willing to look at me and say, Queen, I love you as my artist, but that's what you do a fuckery, and we don't like that. Right, me don't want no fans. We can't hold me accountable. Because that means to say...
Excuse me for the F-bomb, but it's passion talking, yeah?
I'm going to drive myself to destruction then.
I said, anybody else on the panel have something to say? Because
I hope that answer your question, babes, in some sense.
Yeah, circle with the real.
Can I ask if anyone, are you her manager?
Circle, man, hold on, man. Circle. Nobody with that. If we talk to the Queen and give her the respect, brother.
That is it.
Time and place.
I mean, that's why I make sure, because too much perverted man, but some man don't mind some little girl that turn muckers, you know, because them can go in a privacy and go shoot them dirty blood clot who down some little girl throat, you know. That's what I say, and them are right with that, you know. So that's why some man quick to defend some little darkness about you under the quiet. And sometimes you have to listen to some man, you know, them subliminal when them a chat to, you know, because when a man annoyed with truth, it simply means that your mind are normal, your mind are right. Any man, they offended by truth, their mind carnal. And not how we Jamaican man them guilty. And that carnality there for fuck little girl and sorry, you don't want to burn up your life. For play around with children and them thing down some little boy all feel it and then some man come pretend and hide and come go on like I say them with the truth. Some man come know we need some real man now to stand up for the real thing. Family values in a Jamaica. Like how we used to be.
That's how we born back to boy and lesbian over here every day.
It's not no. Because we I say a while ago, everybody here about facts. Everybody over here get girls up their hood. I be a hypocrite. No, like Jamaicans, you are hypocrite.
Respect.
Okay, we're going to pause it there because it got a little bit lively, got a little bit colourful. Basically, one of the Gaza fans or World Boss fans or whatever his name is, whatever he is, right? He got a little bit too zealous and, yeah, started to kind of pollute the conversation. There's always a space for disagreement, but you can't be disagreeable about it. You know, you got to keep your poise and your social decorum. So the conversation changed. But, yeah, we've had a deep conversation about the responsibility the artist owes or should or does owe, or is it an unfair responsibility placed on their shoulders? And this is generic now. This isn't just to Vibes Cartel. It's bigger than Vibes Cartel. Tomorrow it's going to be somebody in hip hop. The next day it's going to be somebody from the UK in grime. The day after that it'll be somebody from the motherland with Afro beats. So this is a this is continuous. We're going to get this coming back. So it's not about one artist. That's the first thing, or about one black ethnic group, right? But it's something about black cultures, plural, that we will have these conversations about. That's one. Two, right, is that those that have the least are the most vulnerable. The lesser educated stratas of the society, the less well off, the more economically compromised, they look to the stars for inspiration, and they have a greater need, right? Less discernment possibly, right? So yeah, food for thought. So yeah, the hardcore persona, vis-a-vis, or should I say in contrast to middle-aged man dancing in his brief in a pink shower cap, is something that, you know, once you see it, right, you can't unsee it, right? And once you do something like that and it's out there, that's done. Physical transformation and health concerns, that's one of the things that the conversation raised, that, you know, it was supposed to be, oh, this is a pushback against body shaming. Well, there is a clip of somebody calling Vibes Cartel every name under the sun, and I think that was about his physical appearance and his stature and all manner of things, bleach out this, that other, question his sexuality. This was way before he went jail, and he never used to act like that. So I don't know why the body shaming seemed to have an effect to make you come out like that now. Kind of funny. I just wonder if it's about the people in his ears and the people in his inner circle. I don't know. You've been placed on Chris Brown, you feature on Chris Brown's album. Does that mean that you're, you know, more in line with those people? Big, meaning the big corporations that distribute, or the major labels, right? And what price comes with that? Yeah, what price comes with that? Maybe that's just part of the game. Maybe that's part, and we as a populace are naive to think, you know, you get let into these upper rooms without there being a price. Maybe we're the naive ones, right? The video also, or the conversation, just a man possibly just having a midlife crisis and just needing a bit of attention, and it was like a little bit of, what do you call, rage bait? Different type of rage bait though, I must admit, it was different. Yeah. So there could be that, or just simply a humiliation, a simple, straightforward humiliation ritual, because you do see these strange behaviors being manifested by certain men, black men, as they transcend from star to like superstardom. So we're noticing a pattern, and we're wondering about this humiliation ritual. Another thing that we can't take for granted is learned behavior. Like, don't take it for a little joke. 13 years is a long time to be institutionalized, and only man who spend time in them sort of places day and night and day for that sort of time can tell you what that does to a man, or they're really qualified to tell you what that does to a man, or potentially can do to a man, or things they might have seen even if they wasn't involved with, right? Even if they would say, I weren't personally involved, but what I'm aware of is, right? Things happen. So is it some learned behavior from prison, right? I've heard one man say, whatever you learn in prison, leave it there, innit? just leave it there, rude boy, innit? Whatever happened in a tour of duty, let I stay in a tour of duty. But I don't know. There's a saying though from a sage from yesteryear, found saying, people get the leader that they deserve, right? People get the leader that they deserve. That it's something in the collective, right, that gives rise to certain types of leadership. And so when you get a strong and a militant and a fiery leader in a particular time, like Ibrahim Toure, right? There's something about that population, or the temperament, or the rhythm of the people that gave rise for a man like that to come to the top and be that influential and be a formal leader. But like, he was birthed out of the people and out of the temperament of the people and the temperature of the people. And likewise, if you get a man that's a leader that, you know, is an artist and they carry themselves a particular way, whether that's Kevin Hart selling out the thing on Netflix, or World Boss dancing in his brief in a what appears to be some type of humiliation ritual, you know what I mean? It's the condition of the people has to be considered as well. It's not just that individual. But this thing about gaslighting fans and that it was made for the girls, and if you've seen it, you're the sus one. Nah, we ain't buying that, man. We ain't buying it. You're selling, but we ain't buying. And we just have to think about fan-based fanaticism. There's a story that we quote much time on this show. Ancient story from yesterday called The Emperor Has No Clothes. And it is about what happens in the absence of authentic feedback. And when you can act anyhow, when you're beyond criticism and people fear to tell you the truth, there is a consequence to it. So we have to bear that in mind. I want to thank you for staying with us for the duration of Breaking Boundaries. Hope to see you with the next show real soon. Thought-provoking show. Shout out to the ECR family and all the listenership. Remember to stay safe until we speak again. Peace!